challenging myself creatively has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. And like I'm low key being serious. I mean, it's been such a big perspective change and so much has happened lately. And it's like I'm not going to say it's coming to fruition just because in my perspective something coming to fruition, like I have a big success story or something like that, but it doesn't have to be that necessarily, but I just feel like more recently I've been intaking a lot of media from a lot of creative people, and it's like I see that I'm like, wow, I mean, that's insane. That's crazy. How are you doing that? And then it gets to a point where it's like, wow, I want to do that. I mean, there's so many creative people out there who are like, oh my gosh, I see this happening. I have to do it, you know? And I've been feeling so inspired, and I've been feeling so creatively challenged so many times on so many different days where it's like, oh my gosh, I just want to start creating and just putting out stuff and just releasing it. And sure, there's an initial fear. I mean, for sure, there's 100% an initial fear. Like, I don't feel 100% prepared to do anything. And like, it's funny because there's times where I search up, like, oh, how can I do this? How can I do this? And 90% of the responses are good insights, but a lot of them are saying just start. And when I hear that, I kind of question, oh my gosh, it's easier said than done. I mean, starting is hard. And it's like it's crazy. There's just so many, and it makes me so happy because the urge to create has never been so strong in Generation Z and also in my life. Like I don't think I've ever challenged myself creatively to just do something until like more recently, and it's felt so good. It's kind of felt freeing because it's like, well, I think that you know me personally in the direction where I want to go, and maybe it won't happen, maybe it will, but it's like, well, in my past videos, dedication, discipline, believing in yourself, I think it's really a key value that you have to keep to yourself, no matter how many times someone tells you that you're like delusional or something. I mean, because that's where a lot of people quit, and the most creative people in the entire world quit at the fact of that because they're too stuck on their own opinions and opinions of other people that nothing gets done, and it wrecks them, and they might be the most brilliant people in the entire world. Like for example, I'm watching this guy Gox. I mean, he was on Digital Spaghetti, and he's just such a brilliant person. And you know, and I said this in my last video. I keep stressing it. It's just people look at the end result and they want to replicate it, and that's good. But they don't understand the fact that Gox had to go through a lot of trial and error, and it didn't happen overnight. And of course, he's an extremely talented person. I mean, he can draw really good, and I don't think I'm there like at all. And it's kind of tricky, at least for me, because because I've been challenging myself a lot more recently. Yeah, there's parts of perfectionism. Everyone wants the perfect work or the perfect video or something that'll get a lot of retention and stick and be like, "Hey, oh, I got all these views. Look at my hard work. I've made it." And you know, I don't think I'm there yet. Not even close. And I think that is where the self-belief comes in and believing yourself. Because when you don't have an outside party of validation telling you that you're doing a good job, I mean, all you can really work off is kind of your own self delusions and being like, hey, I'm investing in myself. I know this is going to work. I'm not going to give up because this is what I believe in. And I mean, that's great just as a mindset, just because, not giving up is a big aspect of a lot of people's lives. I mean, it's not, in my opinion, I think settling is really harmful to, what anyone tries to do. Settling is, and there's certain aspects in people's lives where it's like, well, sometimes they do kind of have to settle for what they got, and or like circumstances or something like that. I mean, life sucks, but at least, you know, and maybe in the perspective of quitting just because it was difficult. I mean, more recently, I kind of told myself I was going to post every single day, but it kind of slowed down. Now it's like every 3 days or something like that. But there's been a big surge of motivation, and motivation comes and goes. And in between that motivation, it has to be discipline, because if you're kind of only working off motivation, then you're I'm not going to say you're never going to be successful, but it's going to be hard. And you know, I'm still in that group where it's like the self-belief. I mean, I'm putting in as much work as I think I can. I probably can be doing more, but I'm still not the most driven person, and maybe that will be the death of me. But I mean, right now it's just persistence. Can you stay in this long enough, to, I guess, succeed? Succeed. I mean, it's really, I don't think it's a straight, clear answer what success really is. I mean, but I mean that, I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like just the persistence. I mean, staying in it when literally no one believes in you, I guess, because I mean, there's people who are the most creative people in the entire world, and you won't ever get to hear their voice. So this is kind of like, I'm logging. Oh, this is what my process is. Everyone's process is a little bit different. And I don't know if I don't know if I should be hard on myself because I haven't really recorded many short film stuff like that. And I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to do. I mean, be a director, it's really broad. I mean, everyone wants to be a director, but I don't know. I've been very, very inspired by what I see around me, and I can't quite, put my finger on, where it comes from, or, what I have to do in order to make this, I guess, come true, and, how much dedication will I really have to put into this to, I guess, quote unquote, succeed. I mean, that's a very, very broad term, but I mean, that's where I'm at because I'm seeing it's amazing. There's just so many creative people. It motivates me so much. But when you're looking at all those people who are getting a lot of attention and success, I mean, you're looking at it when you're at the foot of the mountain and they're at the top, I guess, metaphorically speaking, just because, there might be people who you think are having a lot of success, but they might be struggling. I mean, you don't know how people are feeling all the time. But I just want to make this video. I just kind of felt a little starstruck at just all the stuff, all the content I guess I've been taking in because I think that is what drives people away from not necessarily being creative, but the idea of having a creative role or I guess job because no one makes everything costs money. But like, I totally forgot what I was talking about. No tangents. I digress. I, I just I just appreciate the amount of times I've been challenging myself to be creative. Even in times where I feel like I'm about to die, like literally about to die, just because no ideas form. And it's like like for example, Gawks again, big influence right now. Like he released that video documentary, and you kind of look at that as like something that can maybe drive you or something like that. And it's like, man, if only I could do that. If only I could have the storytelling or the cinematography or how can I edit like this? Oh, what's the sound design like, color grading, everything, everything. And when you look at it from 10 miles away, it looks like a freaking beast, like a monster. And maybe it is, but in the situation I'm in right now, I am not willing to accept that um, I'm going to fail. And even if I do fail, I'll be able to grow through it and persevere and learn. Like that's what I love so much because even though I feel like I'm in like this 6 foot ditch, I'm still learning from my experiences. Like everything that's happening around me is because of my experiences, even in the most minute things. Like last night, I was sitting on my computer just trying to write something, and nothing was coming to my head. And maybe it's a little delusional. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of hoping on the idea that maybe an idea will come to me the more and more I write. I mean, it's like going to the gym, like working out. The more and more you go, the more progress you'll see. And for me personally, it's kind of hard to visualize at times because it's like, well, if I write more, you know, you're not going to see like the same results of progress of writing compared to like lifting weights. Because if you lift weights, yeah, you'll get some results, and you'll look bigger or whatever your goal is. But then like writing, you can't really tell from your own work. I mean, maybe you can ask somebody else and they'll be like, "Oh, wow, that's amazing." But I don't know. I'm really excited. Like every single day I wake up and I think about what I want to do, what I have to think about, and how am I going to be able to accomplish this one step at a time. Because if you try to take on the whole mountain, you're gonna eventually die or burn out or whatever. And even in the burnout, I mean, burnout is hard. I've had burnout for a lot of things before, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I am so delusional that it'll work out. That's the hope. I mean, there's been so many people who have said that before, but that's the video. I'm not really sure when I'm gonna start recording again for, like, I guess a short film or something cinematic. I don't really know. I tried with the lighting. I mean, there's like a drape over my window to make the light soft. So, I mean, maybe it'll work out. I'm hopeful. All right, that's the video.